Alright, so we'll just run through a little bit on fish and just, I'm going to try to stick with like one or two kinds because there's a lot going on with fish in particular. A lot of interesting laws when it comes to fish. So you're looking at a pink salmon. Actually, well, let me just go with this one. This is all natural, wild Alaskan sockeye salmon. Again, label. It's wild Alaskan. Doesn't say wild caught, okay? Now, you look at what the ingredients are. Wild sockeye salmon, all right? And premium sockeye you're about to enjoy is sustainably harvested by independent fishing vessels, okay? So when you hear, sustainably harvested, that could mean that they actually kind of quarantine off a big area of water with nets to where technically somebody could say, well, maybe it is a wild product, but it's in a controlled atmosphere, and there's varying degrees of how that works with fish, as well as what is all in it. And then, some other things to consider with fish, is sodium content. We're looking at these tuna steaks right here, 55 milligrams of sodium. We're going to tilapia, 40 milligrams of sodium. This is all per 4-ounce serving. And then we have cod, 340 milligrams of sodium. Before you put anything on it, 340. I want you to think about that. If you are trying to stay, and this is all over the place for people, depending on where you're at with your training, where you're at with any health issues, 2,000 milligrams of sodium, and we haven't put anything on this yet. This is just the protein for one dish. And then we get to shrimp, and just to kind of really think about this, this shrimp, 710 milligrams of sodium for 11 shrimp. So that's gonna go real fast. This meal, chances are by the time you finish adding whatever you're adding to this meal, it is definitely going to be over 1,000 milligrams of sodium. But again, don't be surprised if you see a product like this that has something circled real big on the front with how many grams of protein are in it. Because that's all we care about, right? Is that it's keto or it has high protein or it's bullshit. There's something else to the story, and you always have to look at the trade-off that you're getting. Not saying there's anything wrong with shrimp. Again, it depends on what your nutritional regimen is. It depends on what's already happening in your lifestyle. But just letting you know, you can't take these things that, and blindly believe everything is good for you and that you can have it in whatever quantity you want. So you have to be aware of, sometimes, again, the labels look really, Whole Foodie, Trader Joe's, like, you're getting a whole, real, down-to-earth product. And there's just a lot of wording that the average public don't know. We're looking at a wild-caught pink salmon. So it's wild-caught, but yet in this product, there are pink salmon fillets, but then contains fish, pink salmon, and it may contain traces of crustacean shellfish, crab, lobster, and shrimp. Well, you read all about how, salmon migrate and they return to cold, fresh water to mate, and they told this story about the salmon. But the other part that you don't see is, if you look down farther, which nobody's looking for, is this product comes from a fishery that has been independently certified. So it's a well-managed and sustainable fishery. So if somebody's just out in the ocean wildly catching this fish, no. Is that important to you at the end of the day? Again, you're gonna have to figure out with your pocketbook what you can afford. You're trying to do better for yourself. Is there something wrong there for you, whether it's nutritionally, whether it's ethically? It could be a yes or a no. I'm not taking one side one way or the other. I mean, at the end of the day, sticking with real foods, whole foods, is going to be the best thing for you. And it doesn't mean that we have to spend $3, $4 a pound for chicken. We've already kind of seen that. Again, a lot of times we're going to the grocery store, we're probably out of food. It's not something that a lot of us enjoy doing. There are meal prep facilities out there, absolutely. But you know, for a lot of people, you know, they're going to the store. They're trying to feed their family. And it is just trying to give you guys a little bit of knowledge to stop, pause, vet some of these items, and then moving forward, it'll be easier every time you guys go. Every time it's going to get a little bit easier. You're going to continue to learn more and more and more. And that's why when it comes to fitness, guys, it really is a journey. There's no meal plan me or somebody else is going to write you. There's not going to be any shortcut. There's not any one guru. At the end of the day, it is going to be like anything that you are passionate about. It is a process. It is learning more and more every day, every week, and becoming a better you. Again, you know, just trying to live out the best life you can, and it's taking the few more seconds that are needed to educate ourselves as consumers. It's just, you know, the world that we live in, and we are fortunate. You know, don't get me wrong, I'm not trying to badmouth everything. The fact that we can come to the store and find food is already amazing. It is just gaining a little more knowledge to make some educated decisions.